Hello watch lovers! Now, have you ever wondered what watches can handle any scenario? Well, I've found the 10 best sporty stunner watches that are great for any occasion. Whether you're shredding documents in head office or shredding gnarly waves off the coast, here's 10 watches that are tastefully stylish and solidly reliable. So let's get right into it. So, here's a fully versatile luxury sports watch if I ever did see one, by gosh. This is the IWC Ingenieur. Based on the Ingenieur SL, the reference 1832, designed by the much-lauded watch designer Gerald Genter, whom during the 1970s, while at the height of his watch-doodling powers, once again nailed his vision of a stainless steel luxury sports watch with an integrated bracelet. And now IWC have since refined the Ingenieur to meet the exacting standards of its modern watches and added models in new materials, new sizes and complications. And this is the Automatic 40 from 2023, and it is a beaut. This is actually my first time hands-on with the Ingenieur, and the first thing that struck me was the quality of the finishing. There's a softness to the case that's really pleasing, and it doesn't feel as pointy as some of Genter's other designs, so that's nice. And the dial is popping as well. It's very finely detailed, but still subtle. And then the aqua petrol green colour is choice. It's ergonomically sound too, and it looks good on my 16.5cm wrists, and it's right in the sweet spot between sporty and rugged and sleek and sophisticated. You get rhodium plated hands on the dial in front and a solid screw down case behind and 100 metres of water resistance all around. And then inside is the IWC manufactured 32111 calibre. The Ingenieur is a modern classic that's ready for anything, and this one costs £10,000 RRP, but you can find them for around £7,000 pre-owned. Next, we have the Tudor Pelagos FXD GMT, and that's FXD as in FIXED, i.e. aka fixed. And that refers to the fixed strap bars, because this is a watch built for adverse real-world conditions inspired by the French Navy and designed for use by the aviation component of the Marine Nationale. So we'll be absolutely fine on a rough ramble or extreme picnic. It comes in a 42mm titanium case with a green fabric strap. It can keep track of 3 time zones at once thanks to the GMT hand and 24-hour bezel. And the bezel is really sturdy and features a 120 click bi-directional rotating action for maximum clickage and satisfaction. And there's the manufacturer caliber MT5652U, and that's METAS certified as well, don't forget. Then there's 200 meters of water resistance for you to test at your leisure. And now, while this watch is all business and all about the functionality, it is still rather stylish. There's a nice creamy warmth to the hands and markers, and that's even present on the date window too, which is a nice touch. And although due to the fixed strap bars of the case you are limited to a NATO strap, I think if you were to chuck a black one on here, it would actually look quite formal. It's a solid watch with the timeless diver's watch aesthetic, and these ones are around £4,000 new, but you can find them for a few £100 less pre-owned. Now, a Breitling in a smaller size is always an exciting proposition, like a teacup elephant or a micro tiger that you could just keep as a pet and it wouldn't kill you. Those things don't exist. What does exist is the Breitling Superocean Automatic 36. This is a highly wearable iteration of the super fun Superocean. You can surf with it, swim with it, and then wear it out to dinner after having put your shirt back on. It harks back to the design codes of Breitling's 60s dive watch, the slow motion, with its chunky indexes, blocky hands and punchy dial ring, and a ceramic inlaid bezel. Plus, it's shock, sand and saltwater resistant. So it's packed with practical features, but it's been elevated to mad levels of freshness with the bright orange dial and rubber strap. Perhaps a bit too fresh for the boardroom, but it doesn't matter. With a water resistance of 300 meters and looking this cool, you can just start your own boardroom. The Superocean 36 costs about £4,000 new or around £3,000 pre-owned. So who's ready for quintessential Rolex excellence? Okay, simmer down. This is the Oyster Perpetual 36. Now, the Oyster Perpetual, to quote Rolex, is being constantly reinterpreted with great chromatic creativity. Translation, new colours. And lately everyone's a flap over the pastel pistachio and intense beige variations from this year's new releases, but I'm taking it back to the old school of 2020 when this little head turner in turquoise was released. With its universal and classic style, this is just pure watch. The understated elegance of the simple case and polished domed bezel contrasts beautifully with the energetic turquoise, and this is a watch that can go with you anywhere. Whether the turquoise of the dial is echoed by the warm skies of a Mediterranean holiday or the blue glow of your screen at the branch, this is a watch that won't fail you. With superlative chronometer certification via a self-winding movement and the waterproofness of an Oyster at a depth of 100 meters and a comfy bracelet, it's easy to see why this remains one of Rolex's most popular watches. Now this is £5,400 at retail, and because people are still quite crazy over it, it does cost a little bit more on the pre-owned market. This is the Tag Heuer Carrera Chronograph Seafarer by Hodinkee. This is a collaboration between the Swiss watchmaker and the Leica-loving John Mayer-listening good old boys and gals over at Hodinkee that sees them reinterpreting an old sailor's watch from Heuer's back catalogue, the Mariograph Seafarer reference 2446C from 1968, into this, a 42mm chronograph watch in the new glass box style Carrera type situation, but with vibrant blue accents on the chrono subdial and the handy tidal indicator. So this allows for precise tracking of tide cycles, which is crucial for maritime navigation. Its functionality perhaps only utilised by a very select few, but a cool feature nonetheless, and I guess you could use it to tell the best time to hit the beach at low tide for a paddle in the sea. That would be genuinely useful. In either case, the big tide button on the side is quite fun to press. This watch is driven by the TH2013 in-house movement inside, and it looks really cool on the wrist with the awesome Carrera box crystal and the electric blue highlights. It costs £7,000 new or around £5,000 pre-owned. Now, if you wanted a professional diver's watch, but with the impeccable flair and fastidious approach of German watchmaking, then this is it, guy. This is the Glasshutte original SeaQ Panorama date. It's got a stainless steel case with a generous diameter of 43.2mm, but it does wear very much like a 43mm diameter watch. And everything on the dial is big and bold, especially the panorama date window, so called because it looks like an IMAX screen. And the crystal over the top is massively domed so that everything around the edge appears to melt from the distortion of the curved crystal. It's awesome. Even more awesomer though is the movement around the back. You get this very handsome automatic caliber 3613 that features a skeletonized rotor, beveled edges, blued and polished screws, the works. And a dive watch with this level of elaborate finishing that meets the standards of professional divers is pretty special. It's secure, precise, robust and reliable, and it looks amazing. Whether on land or in sea, it won't let you down. Now this watch costs £10,900 new or around £7,000 pre-owned. Now you might not associate Cartier with sporty watches that can do anything and go anywhere. Their watches are generally symbols of refined taste and elegance, with precious details and style at the forefront of their design. Mind you, that said, master horticulturalist Alan Titchmarsh can be seen sporting a Panthère while gardening, so versatile enough to withstand the rigours of a good border digging sesh. But then again, the thing with Titch is he is a maverick who plays by his own rules, so if you're not confident enough to wear a dress watch during sweaty yard work, that's fair enough, I don't blame you. But you can still enjoy the refined watchmaking character and style of a Cartier in a more sporty rugged package with this, the Cartier Calibre de Cartier W7100057. This is a robust diver's watch, but with the flair of a Cartier, right down to the blue jewel in the crown and the Roman numerals on the dial. Now, Roman numerals perhaps aren't the most readable when you're deep underwater, when there isn't time perhaps to recount the Rocky movies for reference, but there's a massive 12 at the top, so that should help you orient yourself. And it gets a chunky steel case in a round form with a cool inwardly sloping bezel, a big second subdial, and a now and next style date window. It's 42mm in diameter and comes with 300 meters water resistance. A sporty Cartier diver is something a bit different from the usual and a little bit special. These models are discontinued, but you can pick them up pre-owned for around £4,500. Next, we have the Oris Pro Pilot Coulson Limited Edition. It's 41mm and comes in a 3D printed carbon fibre case with grey PVD plating. So it's hella strong, but really light. And it's also warm to the touch, so that's nice. Now, Oris have applied advanced 3D techniques here to achieve a more controlled look of the carbon fibre patterns and achieved an awesomely sculpted bezel that looks like a tornado or a tyre or something. Now, you may have also noticed the fiery red dial with a gradient that goes from burnt umber at the top to atomic tangerine at the bottom. It's really cool, I love it. And inside is the in-house caliber 400, which comes with a 10-year warranty, so you're getting great performance and much longer intervals between servicing. Now, this watch is a limited edition of 1,000 pieces and it costs around £2,500 pre-owned. Next, we have the Laureato from Girard Perregaux. GP are a highly revered watchmaker, but lately perhaps a little bit underappreciated by the wider watch buying public. But the Laureato is here to set things right. With a 42mm case in stainless steel, this is an integrated sports watch that's every bit as cool as a Royal Oak. There's an elegant sunray green dial with a Clou de Paris pattern. Or in English, that's a hobnails pattern, mate. It's nice and crispy and the finishing is top notch. Same goes for the rest of the watch. The case feels soft and ergonomically tailored to all of my wrist bones, and the caliber GP0 1800 inside is next level with beveling, mirror polishing, satin finishes, snailing and various engravings. And you can have it all for the price of a Submariner, as pre-owned you can pick up the Laureato for around £8,000. This is a really lovely watch, definitely worthy of consideration if you've got a hankering for a steel sports stunner. But hold that thought though, because before we get to our last watch, did you know you can find out about other amazing watches via our Watchfinder newsletter? To get exclusive access to new arrivals, be the first to hear about all our special offers and promotions, and to get first dibs on our giveaways, just head down to the link in the description to sign up. So finally, we have the Vacheron Constantin Overseas Dual Time. So 1996 was a hell of a year. We got Mario 64, Beavis and Butthead Do America, and Game of Thrones kicked off. And incidentally, The Winds of Winter should release any day now. And then we also got the very first Overseas, a watch perfectly suited to active lifestyles, and now here in this iteration with all the gorgeous flowing ergonomic lines along with added dual time functionality. And just like Mark Wahlberg, it's strong, stylish and highly versatile. It features a black lacquered dial with 18 karat gold hands and applied hour markers, and houses an automatic movement with an oscillating weight in 22 karat gold. It's 41mm across, and at first I thought it was a bit too large for me, but actually this is a watch that needs to be seen, so it's bold and beautiful. And of the big three iconic sports watches, I think the Overseas is arguably the best looking. And with the extra dual time hands, it's great for all your travel needs, flexing round the world. Now this watch is around £30,000 new or around £22,000 pre-owned. So there you go, there were some of the coolest sports watches on the market at the Mo, and if you want to check out more amazing watches, then why not head over to watchfinder.com and find your next pre-owned luxury watch. Check it out and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.